So I wanted to talk a little bit about like this collective energy that's coming up. I haven't really been focusing too awful much on it because I've been trying more to focus on like what we can do as individuals within the collective crazy. But we've got some very rough times coming up here. We need to be aware of them so that we can navigate them as individuals a little better. So just in these next couple of weeks in general, we have Mercury is rapidly approaching the 29th degree of Aries. That is probably going to be a very difficult day. We have Saturn is moving into Aries in about 2 weeks. I don't like that at all. I think that is where we're really going to see all of these things that like the government has been doing and planning and whatnot, like in secrecy or quietly, or like this Christian nationalism that's been building. That's where we're going to see it take action. I do think that this is where we might start seeing like actual literal witch hunt type of energy. Hopefully they don't brush off the malleus maleficarum, but it could go that way. Like it could get very ugly moving forward once Saturn enters Aries. We also have a full moon coming up next Monday on the 12th that is going to be very intense. It's in Scorpio. It's going to have a lot of people having to face some very dark, deep, hidden truths that we have not been wanting to face. A lot of people have been trying their hardest to not acknowledge these things. These things are going to get revealed, and that's going to be a very difficult time. The other thing that catches my attention is that the South Node will be hitting the eclipse point from the lunar eclipse that happened back in March 14th, I think it was. That is probably where we're going to see some real event associated with like losing medical care, medical insurance, losing our ability to plan for the future. There's something there that we will see as well that's going to be a very difficult thing to face as well. But what I really want to talk about, because I am sick to death of the false hope that we're seeing throughout the spiritual community and whatnot, and I've seen people talk about this, Uranus is making the third and final square to Donald Trump's 12th house Mars. Y'all, ain't nothing happening to this man. You need a lot more than that one aspect for some major life-changing event to happen, and he doesn't have that. There's no, ICC is not going to arrest him. I don't care what Jack Smith and The Hague are doing. They're not going to arrest him. Even if they do put a warrant out, it's still not going to arrest him. That's not how things work. This is more likely, so the first one happened back in July in Butler, Pennsylvania, right? You'll never convince me that was not a WWE-style staged photo op. I think what went wrong there was the fact that somebody did lose their life that day. That was not meant to happen, I don't believe. Also, the fact that the next day or like 2 days later, the fact his court case in Florida, the classified documents court case was dropped as well. I don't think that was supposed to happen either. This is what I'm expecting to see if, generally there's not events that happens with all three hits, so there might not be anything that happens at all here. But if something happens, it's something beneficial for him, but it throws a wrench in his plan. It could be one of these court cases going his way that he was using to further this narrative of activist judges stopping him from saving America crap. It could be another staged event. I do think it's interesting that Zelensky said, if something happens, it wasn't us. Almost like he got a whiff of a plan type of thing, but something in that also going wrong, because I do know he's supposed to be going to that parade. I will say, if I had this astrology going on, I wouldn't be getting on a plane or doing any long distance travel, so there's possibility of something happening there, but very unlikely because you need a lot of other things happening. Truth be told, again, this is going to be something beneficial for him that just throws a wrench in the plan. It goes against the way he planned it to happen. Please don't get your hopes up that everything's going to get better. We've got a long road ahead of us, and we've got to start accepting that reality.